and let's pause it there. Now, I'm slightly worried I'm not going to be able to reach this height of golden, highly embarrassing footage for the rest of the documentary. Yeah, we'll give it a go. Hi, my name's Mark Coleman, and that girl that I'm carrying around on my back is my wife, Cherie. She's 30 this year, March 9th, 2020, and I wanted to celebrate that by making a documentary of Cherie's life up until this point. She's told me bits and bobs over the years, but I wanted to dig a little deeper and find out as much as I possibly could. Plus, I'm trying to get my own back from when she made a 30-year picture collage of me for my 30th, and I was so blown away by it that I cried in front of my family.
Oh, he's crying.
So join me on this journey of discovery as I head back to the deepest parts of Essex to find out who is Cherie.
That's Cherie, as a little girl when I had her for the day, and I took her to a friend's place, playing hide and seek round very small trees.
I was very excited from what I can recall at the time. Cherie's birth was like, to us, was something totally new. This little girl popped out and she was absolutely beautiful.
And she was £6, 7 ounces.
I was at work when they phoned me up to tell me she was born and got a little granddaughter and that. Yes, and I went to see her at St Peter's there. Beautiful little baby as it is, you know, all overjoyed.
Fantastic baby. I mean, their health visitor, she said she was actually a textbook baby.
It was my first cuddle with her, giving it to me and that for a cuddle. You know, she didn't cry too much.
There was long debates about the name.
Oh,
but
so many debates.
we come to some favourites, didn't we? Cherie was one, Kelly was one.
Yeah.
What other ones did we have?
We had ones that you couldn't spell.
Fabienne was the one?
Fabienne,
Fabienne.
L'Oreal.
I think there was a lot of influence from France, so we ended up with Cherie.
One of the first things we can remember with Cherie was having a party up there when she was about a year old or 2 years old, and diving behind the settee.
And came down and hit her mouth or her teeth on the windowsill.
And breaking her 2 front teeth. So for quite a long while we used to keep singing,
All I want for Christmas is me 2 front teeth.
quite a while without these 2 front teeth, because she had to wait for her second teeth to grow.
But she turned out to be a little princess.
Yeah, definitely a
She-
princess. Definitely a princess.
I can see with my own eyes, Mabel. You don't have to go into a newsflash every time.
Excuse me, Miss Davis. Is this the place I get for clock review? Being on private island.
I've paid you back. I've gone bankrupt buying you ice cream sundaes for lunch. Okay, you're relieved from your post.
No, I love this cyclotron.
Then take this down. Tell him he's out of my life. Tell him he'll be sorry. From now on, I got 2 things to worry about. Me and me.
Hi, I'm Dawn Payne, and I've had the pleasure of being Cherie's dance teacher for probably 25 years. And I have many, many happy memories of you, Cherie.
Dancing seems to be her main
She seemed to
hobby.
enjoy that more.
Yeah.
There was never, I don't want to go. She always wanted to go, even if she was ill, she wanted to go.
So my first memory of Cherie turning up at Munden, probably with her little friend Kerry Hyde, because they were quite inseparable. tiny little girl, lovely eyes, huge smile, and a cheeky little twinkle in those eyes. And I thought, you're quite cute, Cherie. And she seemed to like dancing. No tears, she left her mummy very happily.
She started off at Munden, and then they asked if she wanted to do Purley on another night, and then she did Burnham as well, so she ended up dancing 3 times a week after school.
Cherie just wanted to dance, really, and she loved everything about dance. Was she so keen on the technical work? Probably not. Cherie was a performer, and that's what shone out of Cherie, that when she was in the performance zone, she blossomed. What became apparent was that she was a little clown. She loved to make the other children laugh. She always has a wisecrack, and anything that involved showing that emotion when she was dancing was Cherie's bucket. That was where she excelled. Cherie loved learning the dances for the show, but I could guarantee if all the children came forward, Cherie would be going backwards. And then we'd explain it, and then if you wanted her to go right, she would go left. In fact, I still think, Cherie, you did the old hold your finger up left and right. Knowing Cherie has followed her passion and made a career out of it is really wonderful, because many pupils, that's what they tell me they want to do. And I have to explain the reality of a dancing life, and it's hard, and you probably won't get any work. But Cherie showed real gritty determination. Cherie, you listened to everything I said, but you still said, that's what I'm going to do, and you've done it. So well done, girl.
Sometimes my sister can be annoying to say. I like watching cartoons. It's very interesting. Right, Cherie? Go on.
Go with breakfast.
Come in here. Come in here. Do you want to have a talk? Say something? Do you? Sometimes she's very shy, you see.
Like when you two were kids, what was Cherie like as a sister?
Yeah, she's friendly, she's nice, just generally good to be around.
Do you like her more now she's older, or when she was younger?
Probably more now, I'd say. She's a bit of a irritant when she was younger, I'd definitely say so.
What is she like as having an older sister?
Yeah, she's good.
Yeah.
She's decent. Not too bad.
Well, I don't think she ever went to work proper, but just these part-time jobs. I think she did the paper round, but I think Walter done more of that than what Cherie used to.
What I can recall of Cherie's first job was as the newspaper round in Mayland.
Yeah.
She was the new newspaper boy.
She hated it if the weather was bad.
Didn't like going out early morning delivering newspapers, and then I'd be lying in bed and it would be, Dad, up the stairs, Dad, it's raining. So of course what she wanted was me to drive around dropping off the newspapers at every house in Mayland, or the 16 houses that she had, which, you know,
Yeah.
I did quite often, didn't I?
Yeah. one of the bungalows she went to, and the guy had got his back to her, and he was in the garden or by the gate, and he was smoking, and he went, "It's all right, son, just leave it there, sonny." As if it was a boy.
Between the ages of 11 and 16, Cherie attended William de Ferrers School in South Woodham, Essex. Her main friends at the time consisted of Annie Taylor, Christina Saville, and Sam Glibbery, all of which were extremely hard to track down and be interviewed. Basically, I would just come down to you and it would just be me, you, in a room with a camera. Hello? Hi, is that Annie's mum? Hiya, yeah. My name's Mark. I've got loads of school pictures of your daughter, and I'm trying to get in contact. No, you don't need to call the police. No, Cherie Thompson. She's quite gobby. Yes, that's it, Cherie. No problems though, as Cherie's parents assured me that she did great in secondary school.
I always say she was very chatty. That was one of her things,
Easily
wasn't it?
distracted.
Easily distracted. Talk, and not always being told off for talking.
Oh, sorry, wrong clip.
But she excelled in drama, dance again, and in year 9 she was put forward to represent Essex in the hurdling championships, and she became 4th overall, which surprised us no end. But she said, well, she did have very nice long legs.
After secondary school, Cherie attended sixth form at Plume School in Malden, Essex, where she met a bunch of new pals that would go on to become her friends for life. These friends are also known as the Lash Monkeys.
Cherie, Slate 17, Scene 7, Take 1.
I first met Cherie when she joined us at the Plume sixth form. She'd come from Willie D. I'd say we probably didn't really get a choice in the matter. She kind of forced herself upon the Lash Monkeys.
I can't work out if I met her first or if I saw her first.
I think it was probably on a sixth form taster day thing, and she came in and she walked into the drama studio, and I first noticed she had quite a lot of makeup on.
She had a very distinctive look.
She did.
She had this amazing eyeshadow, Amy Winehouse emo with a belt with studs, with her baggy jeans. Yeah, very vivid.
She was quite outgoing, could be quite outspoken at times.
She was very loud.
When she came in the room, you knew Cherie was here.
But also incredibly caring. That was one of the first things I noticed about Cherie. She was very caring towards people she loved, especially her friends. The Halloween party of Halloween parties that is regularly talked about.
The Halloween party.
The famous Halloween party.
So we had a sixth form Halloween party.
We were 17 years old. She obviously didn't get the memo that when you go to a Halloween party you don't dress up as something scary. You dress up quite inappropriately, and actually you don't wear a lot. That's obviously what every 17-year-old does at Halloween. So I was dressed as a policewoman. I think Kira was dressed as maybe some sort of cat. Em was probably a bat or something like that. None of us were wearing many clothes. So there we are, getting ready, probably drinking Lambrini or something like that in Em's room. Everyone's got hair extensions in, there's all sorts of fake tan going on.
And then Cherie turns up.
Dressed as some dead zombie schoolgirl.
Full zombie bride.
Thing. There was a moment of silence as she entered the room. She had really gone in on the Halloween situation.
Face paint, outfit, the works.
She made her impact and we're like, yeah, she's going to stay this
We'll have her.
So yeah, it was brilliant. I knew she was in from then on.
So, the Lash Monkeys welcomed Cherie with open arms and decided to celebrate with their new member the only way they knew how.
'Cause every time we touch, I get this feeling and
Well, I can't say too much, unfortunately.
We went to Kavos. We are 18.
Yep. We went to Primark and got our £3 white t-shirts, and Lauren sorted out the tagline and your name on the back.
I do remember this was the beginning of Cherie's drinking days, so it didn't take very much for her to get drunk.
I mean, it was boozy. It was a boozy little day.
I think there was one night she didn't even make it out.
So she pretty much didn't go out any night because we would pre-drink on the balcony and Cherie would get too drunk and didn't quite ever make it out. But there was one night she did make it out.
And she was climbing in the fountain of a club.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought it'd be funny to dare her to get into the fountain of this club that we were in.
And I was shouting at her to get out of the fountain and everyone was cheering her on. And in the end, I dragged her out and dragged her home. Yeah, got her a Kit Kat McFlurry.
Kira was very angry at me for telling her to get in the fountain. She didn't think it was funny at all, but I thought it was hilarious. And Cherie didn't seem to mind either. But I think that's all I can say about Kavos.
My first memory of meeting Cherie was at uni in our halls, and I'd come up the stairs with all my stuff and I was faced with Emma, who had fluffy pink lights and cowboy hats, and Cherie, who was like really cool and trendy in all of her crazy clothes. Cherie was the complete opposite of me as a student. She was really dedicated, hardworking. She lived, breathed, heart and soul dance. In the beginning, she was a bit of a party animal. Like Freshers Week, she couldn't drink a lot. So she consumed a lot and then she was like out for the count. I'd have to ask, like beg her to come out with me. And she'd often say no, which is fine. So then she'd rock up in the mornings at 8:45 to her ballet lessons, like fresh as a daisy, pirouetting like no one's business. And then everyone else is dying, hungover at 10:30. Do you know why I love her? Because when you've got no money at all. You've got, so at uni, no money at all. She's still shopping in Marks and Spencer's, bringing home Marks and Spencer's chicken and pasta sauces and having like the nicest meals ever. The rest of us are shopping at Iceland. Like, that's why I love her. I don't know, I was just drawn to Cherie. I don't really know why. I felt like we're like total opposites and almost like we shouldn't be friends, but there was just something about her. I just wanted to be a friend. That sounds really sad, but it's so true. I did.
So when Cherie finished uni, obviously we had a great graduation. She did a lot of other auditions of things really, and then we saw that came up was London was hosting the Olympics, and said, why don't you just apply for it?
I wake up every day is a daydream. Everything in my life ain't what it seems. I wake up just to go back to sleep. I act real shallow, but I'm in too deep. I know like
Cherie performed in the London 2012 Olympic opening ceremony to an audience of over 900 million globally. Not only was the opening ceremony a milestone in Cherie's career, it's also where she got chatting to this guy. My name's Mark Coleman, and I am Cherie Coleman's husband. The first time me and Cherie met, a lot of the times we talk about that it was the Olympics, but actually we met before that. She was working on a show in Camden where she was dancing, rolling around on the floor in a tent. It was one of the first real times that I thought, okay, she's quite nice. And we all went for a drink afterwards, and she didn't talk to me. I mean, there's only 4 of us around the table. How she missed me, I don't know. And that was it. And then about 6 months later, we ended up working on the Olympics together.
She said, talking to this guy, Mark, on the train, commuting backwards and forwards for rehearsals.
And we kind of just got talking, really, because we had a mutual friend, and it was a long rehearsal period. We were rehearsing for about 6 months, and I thought, I'm going to ask her out on a date. But I waited right until the end, because I thought if she says no, then at least I don't have to see her anymore, or she doesn't have to see me, so it's not that embarrassing. I waited right up until the big show.
And he'd asked her out on a date.
And she said yes. I didn't think she would, and she did. And
she said, I'll quite like him. I want to see how it goes. So she went to Jamie's Italian.
And it was really nice, and we had a great time. And yeah, I think after that, that's when I knew that she was a little bit more than just some girl that I'd met. You know, I was confident that she was a keeper.
I feel you coming and I need you to know that I like you. I really, really like you. Oh, I like you. I really, really like you.
We dated for quite a while, then we started going out.
And I know there was a chap at the bar at the golf club there was after dating her. And she said, no, I've got a boyfriend. And she wouldn't go out with him. He was supposed to be a banker, and he was over from Dubai, you know. So she chose Mark, whether he'd got money or not, against the banker that wanted to take her out.
About a year or 2 after that, that's when we decided to move in together. We got our first place. I always think that's the real test, is moving in with someone and finding out if you're still compatible. And that's when I realised we weren't. After moving in together, it was quite early on when I realised that this could be quite difficult. There's things that Cherie does around the flat that I have over the years labelled Cherieisms. Cherieisms are tiny pockets of annoyance that Cherie does to make my life hell. They are part and parcel of living with someone, I guess. The only way that I could really deal with it was to just suck it up and try and tell myself that, you know, one day she'll get it and we'll be able to live in harmony.
Action.
If you've met someone that you really care about, the last thing you want is your family to dislike them. And why they would ever dislike Cherie is, they just wouldn't. But there is always that worry that they won't fit in with your family. And thankfully, she did. She fitted right in.
I just remember thinking that what a beautiful girl, wonderful, amazing dress sense. Just loved the way she looks, your clothes, everything, Cherie, it was amazing. And I remember Mark showing me a photograph of you, and I remember you was in costume when you guys met at the Olympics. And he'd said to me he'd met this really lovely girl, and I remember this that he really likes, and I said, oh, I think she looks really lovely.
And she's been great. Cherie has just kind of slotted in so well and become kind of one of the girls.
I remember first meeting Cherie at my house. So I had a barbecue. It was a lovely summer's day. And I really felt for her because when she arrived at the barbecue, really the entire family were there. So she was really quite thrown in at the deep end. And it didn't even feel like the first time. It was like she was part of our family from the start.
I first met Cherie when they were first dating. She came over as Mark introduced us. It was only briefly because I was on my way out, but I did think how lovely she was and beautiful. One of my most favourite things is how she interacts with the children and how she just took them on and then she's become Auntie Cherie.
I know my sisters love her to bits, and she's great with my niece and nephew.
My favourite things are Auntie Cherie's very kind and and she's very nice to me. Why I play with her because she always has nice hair and that's why I play with her. I think she's gonna be 35, 17.
She almost just become a kind of big part of the family. And I'm very thankful in that that's kind of happened to me with her family as well. I love her family to bits and they've been so welcoming to me over the years. I think we're both very lucky in that we've both shifted straight into each other's families without kind of any hassle.
When you last saw Auntie Cherie, do you remember what you did together?
No.
You think about her childhood and it's a journey, you know, from A to B, from the day she was born right up to her wedding day, and being such a special day, you try and think of all the things that has happened on that journey to get you where you are today for the wedding.
Altering her wedding dress and that and seeing her in it, she was lovely, absolutely lovely and that, and she was so excited. And if June or Dennis was here with me now, they'd turn around and say it was one of the most happiest days.
It was absolutely beautiful. Like the wedding day was it was absolutely perfect. It was lovely. I remember her dad walking in, and when they first saw each other, oh my goodness, it was so lovely.
She was the opposite of everything I expected her to be.
I thought she'd be the ultimate bridezilla.
But on the wedding day, she was the most chilled, laid-back person.
I remember Cherie not being able to get her vows out because she was crying too much.
I still remember standing there at the end of the aisle, absolutely terrified of what was about to happen. And then I turn around and just see the most beautiful girl walking down the aisle in the most stunning dress, and remembering just to really fight back the tears. I remember it really well. But then it actually turned out that she just did all of the crying for both of us. So it made my life a little bit easier.
But I also remember how incredible she looked and how happy she looked. And it was just the best day. It was just so much fun, so relaxed.
She never stopped smiling the whole time. Neither did Mark. And it was one of the happiest marriages I've seen taking place.
Family and friends and everybody all contributed into it, which made it a really lovely, relaxed and perfect day, and fantastic weather as well.
Yeah, it was just the most special day. It was kind of everything you could ever ask for in a wedding. and she looked alright. So there we go. Cherie Coleman, 30 years of age. I hope you've learned something about Cherie that you didn't know before watching this documentary, and I hope that it's brought you as much joy watching it as it has for me making it. All that's left to do now is to deliver some final thoughts and messages from a few familiar faces.
Hi Cherie, happy birthday. Hope you have a lovely time and a great day. Take care, God bless, bye.
Something's changed in the atmosphere, it sticks round here. Those country roads. Happy birthday, Cherie! We love you! If I could turn the clock to yesterday, will I find a better way? Enough to make me feel like I was born to survive.
Happy 30th birthday, Cherie. We hope you have a good day.
I'm sorry I can't be there, but I'm sure I will see you soon. Happy birthday! Have a good day!
Happy 30th birthday, Cherie. We love you loads.
Happy birthday, Cherie. We love you loads.
Happy birthday, Chicken Tikka. Love you.
Happy birthday, Cherie. You're beautiful, beautiful girl. I hope you have a fantastic time, and I hope we'll see you soon.
Happy birthday, Cherie. Hope you have an amazing day and are very spoiled like the princess you are. Mwah. Lots of love. Miss you.
Happy birthday, you old woman. Have the most incredible day. Thank you for always being such a good friend to me and supporting me in everything that I do. I support you in everything that you do, and I want you to have the best time. And I will always be there to cover your classes when you need. Mwah.
Happy birthday, dear Cherie. Angela. Happy birthday to you. Hey, happy birthday, Cherie.
Happy birthday.
Have a good day. No idea who Angela is.
I have the best auntie in the world. Her name is Auntie Cherie. She's the best auntie in the world. I love her so, so much. She helps me in the day or night. She's the best of them all. Auntie Cherie is the best of them all.